until next time, this is your favorite comedian and mine, Jake the Awake, signing out. Peace out. Much love. Good night. And bye-bye.
Jake, thank you for letting me on once again. I'm glad it was a good night. Oh, wow, that's right, because I'm on the StreamYard, so it's... All right, so welcome to the after party. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Welcome to the after party. No, he's not. But yes, Q&V's here. Because I like to act like a piece of shit in the fucking homo. In the fucking clown. You'll see here. I like to put the curse on JD DVD Lefray during his bowling streams because he used to be my friend and I like to stab him in the back because he was my ex-friend. Hehe. Also, I like to make gay videos about the Freakazoid. And I have a big problem with Freakazoid. Because I like to act like a piece of shit. Hehe. I can see why. It's a unique accent. But because he's an ass, that's why we make fun of him. Shady DVD Lefray. I'm going to put the curse of myself, Q&V, on your bowling tomorrow. Because I like to stab my ex-friend in the back. And I like to act like a piece of shit. Hehe. Q&V. Oh my god. So that's my impression of Q&V. I know. That's what I wanted to ask Jake. So Jake, if Jake, if you can hear this, I do want to know that answer. Did he? Could be. I mean, I don't know. I can't answer that. Yeah, I could show you. I could show you real quick. I do have a picture. Actually, I sent it to LaFleur for his show of the month deal. By the way, I'll promote him too while we're doing this. And of course, before we do continue, Shady DVD LaFleur's right here. Mata Jake's a Mata mine. There he is right there. He has his bowling tomorrow. As long as he's feeling better. Are you still planning on bowling tomorrow, Shady Davy? So that will be tomorrow. A real sporting event that's not scripted. Actual sporting event with the Kingpins bowling. Our buddy Shady Davy D. LaFleur is doing it. So, okay, so he is planning on bowling tomorrow. Yes, everybody who I don't agree with is a piece of shit. And a clown. Because I'm Q&V. Hehe. That's the problem. Is that people don't get brainwashed by me anymore. But I want them to. That's exactly what I want them to do. It is. I like to act crazy and ridiculous. Hehe. Well, Shady Davy loses. I usually, when I am on his stream, and sometimes I'll show you an example here. I know I've been on with him. There I am with my shirt off, of course, with him, and I will actually do the impression during the game. So that may happen tomorrow. We'll see. It's the curse of Q&V. Now, everybody, this is an impression that I like to do every single week. Now, everybody knows what the most important thing is for our economy, right? Can anyone guess what is the most important thing for everybody's life? Any guesses? Does anyone want to guess what it is? Nope. It's not. Wait a minute. No, it is not semen. That is what it is not. Does anyone else want to guess before I give the answer to the question? Does anybody else want to guess? All right. It doesn't look like anyone else wants to guess the answer to the question, which means I'm going to answer the question. The most important thing is having a lockbox, because the lockbox is the determination for all your money and your benefits, and including keeping your snacks and, yes, even your semen in place. Because I ran in 2000 against George W. Bush, I know what it is like to have a lockbox. And if I focused more time earlier in my campaign on the lockbox, I would have definitely won the presidency. Now, the only word that describes my 2000 presidential campaign is lockbox. All right, that is an impression I do every week. That is my Al Gore impression. So Vice President Gore, or yeah, they made him a goofy character. All right, let's see what I'm going to do next. Oh yeah, I haven't done this one. Now, everybody, don't forget, we need a mic change. We need to make some change, because when I had Al Gore as my running mate for president for 8 years, we made sure that everyone had a better economy for themselves. I also made sure to create a lot of controversy with Monica Lewinsky. I'm Bill Clinton, and I approve this message. I beat Bush, and I beat Bob Dole, as well as all the third-party candidates like Ross Perot, Harry Brown, Andre Moreau, and people like Dr. John Hagelin. I had to beat all those people and Ralph Nader in 1996. But because I know that I can make change, we can do it together. I'm Bill Clinton, and I approve this message. Okay, that is my Bill Clinton. There was no Bob Dole there, but yes, he did beat Bob Dole. Okay, I never done one. I don't know who it is, but I will look that up right now. Let's all look it up together. That seems like a good idea, buddy. Okay, I never heard of this guy, but guess what? I'm going to attempt to do it anyway. Let's see what I've got here. Okay, let's listen to this guy. Let's see what this guy has to say, or his voice, so I can do an impression. Got a couple more impressions after this too. I want to go where he talks though.
When the Pillsbury Company made me CEO of Godfather's Pizza, I didn't get the memo that the company was headed for bankruptcy.
No, I didn't get the memo that the cotton was headed for bankruptcy. So, as president of the United States, I will make sure that everyone lives happy and free. And if not, then I didn't do my man's work. I'm Herman Cain, and I'm running for president to be an alternative voice for the people like you, the small folk, the rural folk. Did I do a good job, Chris Chris DY? Look up Snucky Ducky, okay? Snucky Ducky. Who knows? Is it Mr. Vegas? Hey, Chris, is it this Mr. Vegas guy? Okay. Yes. Okay. If it's a copyrighted song, I may have to unshare the screen for just a second. But let's see. I don't want to get copyright claimed, so oh, okay. Which one was it then? I tried. So okay. Not the song. Okay. Okay, let's see. This one may be different. Oh, okay. Oh, Snucky Ducky. Snucky Ducky. It's not a shucky ducky type of crowd because you got to be shucky ducky to get this type of crowd. The shucky ducky. The shucky ducky, you see this type of crowd.
Here to support an shucky ducky kind of candidate. What is going?
And we gotta have a shucky ducky candidate. All righty. Shucky ducky here, shucky ducky there, shucky ducky everywhere, shucky ducky up your head, shucky ducky down your butt, shucky ducky here and there. He is entertaining to watch. I will say that. And we all know all of them are fake, phony, pretend shills. That, and it's all a WWE match. So I guess at this point, get the comedian because they're all fake. So, hey, that was a good one. I'm going to save this actually. Or not thumb it up because I don't know. I'm going to save. I got some. Where am I going to save it? I'll save it here. Okay, I just saved it as you can see, or it just went away. I did save it though. Okay, so that is one I will do in the future. Okay, hey, Chris, thank you very much for that. That was a good one. He about the Herman Cain guy. He looks like the "Are you gay" guy. I don't know. I don't know. All righty, let's keep playing. Now, everybody talk with me. I want everyone to learn math. If you get an answer right, you'll get a shiny quarter. If you get it wrong, I'll beat the crap out of you with my ruler and shove it up your asshole. So which one is it gonna be? Chris is thanking me for the Herman Cain impression. Yes, of course. All righty, let's solve a math problem. 2 plus 4 equals 6. That's right. Good job. 4 minus 6 equals -2. That's right. Wow, you exist. Let's try the third problem. Plus times equals. This is impossible to answer. I'm just going to hit 0 and hit enter. I get angrier every time you get a problem wrong, and I hear every door you open because I'm Baldy. Okay, that's my Baldy impression. That is my Baldy impression. So for my generation, they made this 90s math looking horror game for, people like me who were playing, those 90 preschool math games as a kid, in our elementary school. And so they made a parody video game of that with this Baldy guy. And so I was doing an impression of that. All right, what's going to be next here? Oh, God. Okay, here we go.
I'm Eric Dubay. I like to dress like a girl because I like to be weird. Oh, and by the way, I want to say that you can look up and put a picture of the moon on the ceiling and it will look the same.
Meanwhile, like what Mr. Eric Dubay doesn't tell you is that if you put the moon on the ceiling, it'll look like this oblique shape. Like, okay. So here's a circle, right? Oh, wait, I don't want to do the stupid 666. Stupid symbol. I almost tricked myself into doing that. I don't know why. I'm trying to get a moon shape. Is there anything I can use as a shape of the moon? Maybe I'll just use this. So here's the moon. It's going to look oblique like that. No, you never see the moon squished up like that. And that's why you can't put it up on the ceiling. Stupid Eric Dubay. When I tried to get my moon thing, I almost did the 666, and I'm like, oh God, I don't want to do that. Oh boy. I caught myself there, but that was close, unfortunately. No, everybody, okay. You need to get right with God. It is that time of year where the Chinese nanotrones get into the pollen of the flowers that bloom. And it will be extra, extra extreme now. So if you want to avoid the nanotrones, you got to get right with God, get underneath the bed, not on the bed, not on top of the bed, but underneath the bed, and drink your Bible vape juice. That way, nothing will ever happen to you. That is Richie from Boston. The next impression that I'm going to do tonight is going to be, let's see. Oh yeah, let's do that one. Well, hey, it's me. I'm Sharon again, and I work for the government. So people will say, well, we know he's a sheriff, but how do we know that he works for the government? Well, I'll show you right now, because I'm a creep. Okay, so you know my friend Alex Stein? You know my friend Alex Stein, everybody? Well, he works for Real America's Voice. The same as the Charlie Kirk guy, the character that fake died. There he is. There's Alex Stein. There's Turning Point. It's all on the same network. And the reality is the guy that owns Real America's Voice is a rapist and is heavily connected to Trump. So therefore, I work for the government. I'm Jaron Cabanella. Yeah, that's Jaron. And of course, I always show my evidence when there's actually something like that. Did anyone hear how many soldiers died in that Iran thing? 3. Of course, they use the number 3. That's how we know it's fake. Shady Davy, yep. By the way, I meant to do that as well. Hey, Shady, if you have a minute, I put the link there for you if you want to come on for Shady Davy D. LaFleur. Excuse me. For anyone watching last night, and I know most of you did not, I had like 2 people last night watching, and I want to thank Jonna and Joe Zini for watching me last night. I was doing a coverage on the fake phony elections, and even though I covered it on Jake's, I was going to cover it on my end as well, real quick. So for those of you who did not watch Jake, but who watched me last night, I was talking about this Tellerico guy and how I think he may be going places and how they may be scripting him to do some big things. He looks a lot like RFK Sr. The hair look, really similar. Look at that hair look. Look at the hair look. I mean, obviously, we know the ears are different. Now, I will say, the eyes kind of look women-like. I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm not so sure if that's a man on the left. But nonetheless, they're making him look basically exactly like RFK Sr. The hairdo, the face, you get that vibe. I think they have him as a Democrat. You know, they've been having him criticize the left woke and all that. They could be getting this guy ready for a landslide win in 2028. And I think a lot of people are not talking about him. And I didn't know. I was like, who the hell is this man? Everyone kept talking about him. I heard everyone talking about him. I went to go see, because I like to pay attention to the fake phone news to know what's going on. And as soon as I looked this guy up, I'm like, this looks like a Kennedy. And the way he spoke, they have him getting ready for something. No joke. I knew within 5 minutes, they have this guy out here for a reason. And I wouldn't be shocked if they have him be the first Democrat to win in Texas in years. And the thing is, especially if they throw in that Cornyn guy, even your sheeple MAGA Republicans, even your sheeple don't even like Cornyn. So they could have Cornyn win potentially on the runoff and have this Tellerico guy beat him. Of course, they'll script it to be closer. I actually think if people actually voted, Tallarico would probably beat Cornyn in a landslide. But knowing the script writers, they'll make it close. They'll make sure to script it close, or to give Cornyn a win less than, Ted Cruz beat Beto O'Rourke by. They'll do something like that, I'm sure. So what are the results? And what did I get right and wrong? Oh, and by the way, I predicted 3 incumbents to lose because they did the thing about the threes. March 3rd, double 3, 3 states, triple 3. And I said there was going to be one more 3, and that was going to be 3 incumbents losing. So I'm going to tell you what I'm talking about. So there are 2 incumbents that did scripted lose. This is number 1, incumbent number 1. By the way, anything with that little star is an incumbent. That's incumbent number 1 that lost last night. And the other one was the railroad commissioner, right? And that one's going in a runoff, actually. So that could be the third one. It was agriculture. And that is incumbent number 2 that lost. So Sid Miller character lost. So those are your fake, phony incumbents that lost. And of course, who was there with Dan Crenshaw? I was looking this up today too. And I'll show you who was with Crenshaw laughing at him. Now we know Crenshaw's a fake, phony politician, but we know the guy laughing at him is also a fake, phony politician and a shill because it's Alex Stein.
I was trying to grab my thing. Look, you're too slow.
Of course, that weirdo's in there. Of course, he's there. Of course, Alex Stein is involved. Of course, he knows who Dan Crenshaw is. What a joke. I mean, come on, look at this. Yeah, we knew that. So my prediction is here are my 2 predictions. Either that runoff for the railroad commissioner is going to be the 3rd incumbent loss, and they have, Cornyn win the runoff and then lose to Tallarico, or the incumbent for railroad wins. Paxton is the 3rd non-incumbent to be an incumbent, and he beats Tallarico by less than 2 points. So this is what I'm talking about. I think I could be wrong on my predictions, so I wanted to rewind. And by the way, for anyone new here, all elections are like the WWE. They're entertainment. It is for entertainment purposes only. Your votes do not count. So this was the margin between Ted Cruz and Beto O'Rourke. I predict that this Tallarico RFK senior looking guy will at least do better than this margin, if not win outright. That's my prediction. We'll see what happens. I could be wrong. And I wanted to show this. I found this to be pretty interesting. So I'll pull a picture up of Trump. And you can all let me know what you think. And maybe I'm not accurate. But I noticed something strange about something else. Okay. I'm going to put the pictures side to side together so that everyone can see it. Okay. I'm putting these pictures together so that they're clear. So you got this guy, Trump, and then he got this character. Look, the hairstyle and everything's pretty similar. Now, I'm not saying for sure this is a replacement or anything. I'm not saying that. But I will say, I'm going to show you a picture of the same guy in 1996. Actually, who was it? Talked about him earlier. Mike Six was talking about Bob Dole earlier, and this was his running mate or his hand-picked running mate. Tim, there we go. It's working now. Okay. Okay. Give me a sec, and I'm going to make my point. Don't worry. There's always a point I have when it comes to these type of things. Always. Okay. I want to do it here so that, let's see. I want to put them side to side together because it just makes it better and more entertaining. Okay. I'm going to put the same height so that they're next to each other and not this craziness that's going on here. Okay. Okay, here we go. All right, what does everyone think of this? Do these two look like the same men to you? That's Jack Kemp. You know, from 1996, that's Jack Kemp in 2008 on the left. That kind of looks like Trump. Sorry, I haven't been reading the comments. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Nate. I'm glad it's better today. I know what Shady Davy here is talking about. He's talking about the Tallarico Kennedy guy. I know he was saying something when I was talking about it on Jake's show. Yeah, I think I am onto something with him. Nate thinks that guy looked like Ron Howard. So I saw the comments come in. I just didn't get to them. Now I did. Does anyone think these two look exactly alike? Or it is harder to tell, but I will say the ear shape does not look similar. And maybe it is. Who knows? This one is, although this image quality is not great, so I'll have to pull up a better quality. I will say this though. I'm going to pull up a 1996 picture of this guy. I think this one's more from 2000. But I'll pull up all three pictures, actually. Okay, yeah, here we go. Here we go. Maybe this. I'll pull up a third image. I know the three. Sorry about that. There's a 1996 picture of him. Okay. These people do not look, especially these two, don't look alike at all. These two on the left, maybe. When you add this third picture, there's no freaking way. I could see these two first ones maybe being the same guy. This is definitely not the same guy, this third guy. Not at all. Not a chance. I mean, look, his ear's a little different. You see this big dent on both these guys' ears. You don't really see it here. His face doesn't look the same. I mean, his neck doesn't even really look the same to me. I don't know. I'm just thinking this could be an imposter Trump. I mean, it could be this Kemp guy. He looks somewhat. He has that hairdo, so that's why I thought, okay, maybe. No problem. I don't know about that one. I just thought that was a little interesting. I'm not going to say either way. That did definitely catch my eye for sure. All right. Science is the most important thing in the world. If you don't believe in science, hey, because science is, in fact, all that you need to live. And if you don't believe in science, then you are in Crazy Town. I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson, signing off. That is my impression of Neil deGrasse Tyson. All right, that is my impression of Neil deGrasse Tyson. All righty. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, that's what we'll do next. All right. All righty. It looks like next I got some more impressions I'm going to do. Ooh, something happened with my lighting. There we go. Sometimes it just takes a second of that. Oh, I know what I'll do. Yep, I'm going to do that next. So, all right, everybody. Now with Trumptricity, you're going to get cleaner, meaner, greener energy. And we're only going to make one country pay the price, and that is China. I'm not the best at that one. No. What I am the best at is this impression. We got to defeat the oligarchy, and the only way we're going to do that is with Scandinavian socialism, democratic socialism. We're going to get universal single-payer health care for all. That's why, as an old man running for president of the United States again, we are going to win and beat the oligarchy. That is my attempt at Bernie Sanders. Sometimes on the ballot, he's pronounced as Bernard Sanders. Doesn't really matter. It's the same actor. Who do I want to do next? Oh, okay. Nate says he's feeling the burn. Well, you should feel the burn. That is why we're going to defeat the oligarchy. That's right. So we got that. Who do I want to do next? I'm going to try to do a lot of these tonight. I think tonight's going to be more of a fun impression. We went over the Tallarico thing. I went over my predictions from last night. So I got the more serious stuff mostly done. I may have one more thing. Is Decran 4D here? If Decran 4D is here, I may do what I promised him I would do. So let me know if you're here, Decran 4D. until he lets me know, I'm going to do the next one, which is going to be, oh God.
All right, everybody. Welcome to Church Chat. I'm the Church Lady, and this is Church Chat. Now, to start off our little audio-only, non-video show,
And I'll turn the camera on, by the way, once this is over.
we got to start with having our first guest. He's a shield. He's a shield that works for the government on a daily basis. And his name is Jaronism.
Hi, Church Lady. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. Now, we need to discuss some things.
Oh, no, we don't. I'm perfect. There's nothing wrong with me because I'm the best. I'm the absolute best.
Well, we'll see about that.
Wait a sec. Okay, I don't know what was going on over there. Okay, I think we're good. I think I'm good.
All right, everybody. Now, let's talk about Jaron Campanella.
Well, you see, but I'm perfect. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm perfect in every shape and way.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Now, you have talked to a pedophile named Authentic Intent.
What are you talking about, Church Lady? As a matter of fact, that idiot Holden went on my show and said that, and I had to ask him when, and he couldn't answer. He couldn't answer because he's stupid. He's an idiot. He is an idiot, and that's why I win. I win all the time.
Well, how convenient. Now, there's one problem with your little claim, Jaron Campanella.
Well, what's that, Church Lady? Because I don't see any problem. I don't see any problem because there's nothing wrong with me. As always, I'm the best. I'm the most honest in the history of the world. I was never with him at that debate. Win.
Well, Jaron, here's when. It was November 17th, 2018, with Authentic Intent.
Oh, that's an AI photo. A deep fake.
No, Jaron, this was an official photo taken by Joshua Swift, Authentic Intent. Now,
Well, I have nothing to do with it.
well, isn't that special? Now, who could have done this? Who could have made you behave this way, huh? Who could have done this? Is it, I don't know, Satan?
Oh, Church Lady, I hate you.
Bye-bye, Jaron, bye-bye. We got one more guest, and his name is John from National Sports Entertainment. Hey, what's up, guys? This is John from National Sports Entertainment. And I want to believe, well, let's talk about all your stuff. I'll start. You are a ridiculous man who likes to blame Jake for your losses. Okay, you left parts out there, Church Lady. First of all, it's because of the gambling gods. Because the gambling gods punished Jake, therefore me. Well, John, here's one problem. When Jake made the Niners-Lions pick the day before you, he took the Niners. And then you took the Niners. And then you said that Jake stole your pick. Meanwhile, you made the pick after him. And then you chose the Lions instead to be different. And the Lions lost. So if the gambling gods wanted to punish Jake, why did they have the Lions not win? Yeah, you can't answer that. Well, isn't that special? Who could have made you an idiot like that? Could it be Satan?
Oh, church lady, go F yourself.
Bye-bye, John. Bye-bye. Well, that's all the time we have today here at Church Chat. See you next time.
Alrighty, that was my church lady deal. Hello, Flair Network says so special. Yes.
Well, isn't that special?
Yeah. And I'll turn this back on now.
Well, it's a me, Mario, and my anniversary, it's coming in 6 days. Do you remember? I'm going to show you right now. Now, everybody, this is me, Mario. Although these are newer pictures. You see here, this is what I used to look like, and now I look like this. Let's go. And I used to be all pixelated like that, and now I'm not.
Okay, that's my impression of Mario, or at least my attempt at it. Oh, by the way, speaking of the whole Jim Carrey thing, I know this reaction, Jake, and potentially he hasn't done it yet, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do, I don't think he has made an impression of it yet, but I'm going to do an impression of him making the reaction. Not Jake, but the other guy.
What? How do people think? What is this with Jim Carrey? What am I seeing with Jim Carrey? This is unbelievable. I mean, oh my God.
That's my impression of ass mongled. Oh my God. That's what he would do. That would be his reaction. And he would get millions of views in the process of that. All right, let's see what we got here. What's going to be my next impression? Oh, yeah. Oh, I just did want to note something just in case for all you that are new here. If at any point my screen does go off for a minute or two, don't worry. That doesn't mean I'm gone. It's just every once in a while my Wi-Fi will go off. We're not in a great area. So if for some reason that does happen, don't worry. I will be coming right back. Hey, I'm glad you made it, JP Crucino. I'm glad you made it. And after I'm done here, you can rewatch as well. I'll probably stay on here for a little bit, though. So you're good. Nate says hi to you. Now. All right, everyone's saying hi. LaFleur's saying hi to JP. JP saying hi to Nate. Oh, God, okay. That's what I was going to do. And he's saying hi to Shady Davy D. LaFleur. Hey, Shady Davy, actually, before I do that, how are you feeling today, buddy? Are you feeling any better? I know you said you're up for bowling tomorrow, so that's a good sign. And then I have another little thing to do. Okay, so he says he's doing better, but it sounds like he will be at the bowling tomorrow. And I will be eating dinner later tomorrow because our whole family's eating together. So I'm not sure. I mean, I would be able to make it if you wanted me with you on the bowling, but I would be late. So I don't know if that's something you wanted to do, or I know we haven't done it the last couple weeks, but I know we did it a lot. So I'm just wanting to check in on that as well. By the way, I did not stay up for that blood moon. I was too tired that night, and there was no way I was going to do that. If I happened to wake up, I would have done it, but I wasn't going to throw myself off for it or anything like that. All right, time for my little poking. So, as everyone knows, as JP knows, as Nate and LaFleur know, all your politicians are WWE stars in political clothing, basically. It is all fake. It is all phony. It is all full of baloney. And your elections are handpicked. Okay. Oh, so you're from Virginia, Nate. It was for LaFleur as well. If I were to have been up, I would have been able to do it. It was perfectly fine. That wasn't the problem. I was just too tired. So here I would have been able to film it, but I just was too tired to do it. All right. So without further ado, so there is this fake phony Senate candidate. And we just talked about him and how that may be the third incumbent loss, if I get my prediction correct. Named John Cornyn. He literally made a commercial with a song, or his scripted fake phony team. They put this commercial out there. It is so laughably, even the sheeple were laughing at it. It was so stupid and ridiculous. This goes back to 2008, but I'm going to do a parody of it. Are you ready, everybody? Is everyone ready? Okay. Now, Big Bad John is going to go through the house. He's going to make sure he's advertising like he's a big boy that's going to get rid of the corrupt. He's chanting for the little guy, but in reality, he's all for the shields, and we all know why. Big John. Big John. Big John. Big Bad John. Now, we know all the time he works for the Shields, whether it's for Alex Stein or Jared Campanella. He also works for Fox News' CNN, MSNBC, and you can name the rest. Big John. Big John. Big John. Big Bad John. When news can't figure out what to script next, Big Bad John has a plan for them. They will never run out of scripted ideas again because Big Bad John, he has all the plans. Big John. Big John. Big John. Big Bad John. Big John. Big John. Big Bad John. Now, we have one more verse left, and it's pretty interesting because Big Bad John will never run out of plans, whether it's for the Shields or to trick the sheeple. He will always steal your money for their ET UFO NASA lies. Big John. Big John. Big John. Big Bad John. Big John. Big John. Big Bad motherfucking John. John Cornyn. John Cornyn. For the shales. Hey LaFleur, before you leave, did you want me on with you or just so I know? I do have to eat later, so I would not join until after I eat, but I didn't know if you were going to send me a link or not. It's okay if you don't. I just want to know so I know to look for it. All right, JP's laughing, Nate's laughing. So while Shady Davy answers that, I'm not joking. You might think I'm just made that up out of nowhere and that this song was totally made up by me. Not really. I did a parody, and I'm only going to play one verse of this nonsense because I don't want to get claimed. But no, this actually was an ad. Yeah. This is how stupid these shills and Hollywood actors are. If it will let me pull it up, that is. I just have to go through Pi. Okay, this will help. This will help for sure. Okay, yeah, I'm going to play one verse of this nonsense.
He came down off the bench after doing his time. He fought heathens and hellions and all kinds of crime. He was just getting started, had a long ways to go. We sent him to Washington to the really big show, Big John. Big Bad John.
Oh, here's another thing. Hey, everybody. In an actual question, and I may be wrong. That's Corn. That's the senator. Other than this commercial, do you think he actually dresses like that ever? Or does he dress in his normal political suit like everyone else? Like this? Yeah, my prediction is he dresses like this 100% of the time, and he only did this for a commercial one time. There's no way he dresses like a cowboy like that. And so him, dressing himself like he's for the little guy is just, even the sheeple realize, some of the sheeple even realized this back then, and they're like, this is ridiculous. I mean, he's pretending. We all know that he wears a suit. Exactly. It is propaganda. They want you to think that he's this big bad cowboy. So no, that's why it was so ludicrous, this song. It was so ridiculous. I'm like, I have to show them at least part of this so that everyone knows I didn't just make up this tune out of nowhere. No, it came from this commercial. That's how ridiculous. Oh my God. Yeah, that's a real ad, unfortunately, for a fake, phony Hollywood actor. And that's what he is. He's an actor. I don't even know who the hell that woman is. Whatever. That is just, what a joke. They're all jokes. Alrighty, let's see what else we've got here. I will say at some point I am going to have to bring my stuff in. So, and that'll only take like 5 to 10 minutes, and then we'll continue. Not yet. Not yet. We're not at that point yet. I just want to let everyone know for those who are new here. And like I said, if my Wi-Fi kicks me off, I'll be back. Until I say goodbye, it's not over. Yeah, no, I saw that. I saw that. Who knows, though? Who knows, JP? Could that just be a woman with him as part of the show? That probably is his wife, but there's always that chance. The whole commercial's ridiculous. I agree. By the way, how did that do for him? How did that do for Big Bad John Cornyn? At least in the show, who knows how that actually did? Because they handpick your winners, and they make up these results. But let's see what the narrative was. What did the narrative say? It said he got 54.82% of the vote. At least according to the narrative. Again, we can't trust. And he did significantly worse in the urban areas, according to the script. Okay. Again, these are all fake, phony results. So, and he was the candidate the time prior. So how much worse? He didn't really do that much worse overall. Again, though, who knows? Again, when I say he doesn't do that much worse, it's according to the narrative. Who actually knows? Who knows? Maybe he actually did lose in reality. No one will ever know. By the way, one more time for those who just got here, I wanted to promote my buddy one last, or I may do it right before I leave as well. But I did want to promote him again because I have his comment here. Yes, please join tomorrow for the bowling. It is right here. It is not a fake, phony event. It is a real sporting event by Jake's mod and my mod LaFleur right here. You know that it's real men playing real bowling. So usually he starts, the guy that you see here, that's LaFleur. Usually he is the first one to go. Then it's the new player Zane, and then it's Kevin, and then it's Anthony. So that's usually the rotation for the Kingpins bowling. That way everyone knows what the rotation is. I am going to go use the restroom. I'm only going to be a couple minutes. Maybe bring a handful of stuff in while I go use the restroom, just so I have less to do later. I'm going to play a video from Jake. So shout out to Jake. Thank you once again for letting me on tonight. I really appreciate it. So thank you very, very much, Jake. You've given us all a great night, and thank you for okaying me using part of your video as well. Your membership video. So I thank you for that. I'm going to show one of the things that Jake, and this is not a membership thing. I'm not going to do that again. I'm going to show maybe I'll show this one. You can see how fake everything is. Okay. I'm going to go use the restroom. I will be right back.
What? Drill the ball he does. Welcome back, disgruntled sports fans. Preseason, week 1. We got a 70-yard field goal attempt.
Listen, we're not joking. This kid can really drill the ball.
Listen, we're not joking. This kid can really drill the ball. And guess what? drill the ball he does. Is it really going to go in from 70 yards? You know, the record is 66 yards. Is he going to break the record in week 1 of the preseason? Is he really?
Coach, they got a shot.
Holy smokes. He just kicked a 70-yard field goal and broke the NFL record week 1 of the preseason. Wow. Except since it's preseason, it doesn't count as breaking the record. So here it is, 2025. It's the preseason, and the NFL is so desperate for ratings, so desperate for our attention, that they're having a kicker smash the field goal record in a preseason game, kicking a 70-yard field goal. Wow, that's crazy how, guys only used to be able to kick like a 53-yard field goal back in the 70s and 80s and 90s and early 2000s. But now, in 2025, they want us to believe guys' legs are so incredibly strong that now they can put a ball through the uprights from 70 yards out. I mean, come on, guys. At what point do you call them out and say, hey, is there technology in the ball or something? Oh, yeah, that's right. I've been saying that for over 3 years now. There's technology in the ball, man. So back in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s and the early 2000s, a kicker's max distance was around like 52, 53 yards, and it was reflected in the Madden games, on the Madden video games back in the late 90s, early 2000s. You couldn't kick a 70-yard field goal. So nowadays, they have normalized these guys kicking 60-yarders, but then missing a 35-yarder. And then the record became 66 yards. So I find it very convenient for the NFL that the kickers just keep getting stronger and stronger, and the distance keeps getting longer and longer. So y'all, if in preseason you got a guy smashing the field goal record, kicking a 70-yarder, what's to stop them during the regular season from having a kicker kick a 75-yarder? Are any of the drunken fans in the stands going to even blink if someone kicks a 75-yarder? You know what they'll do? They'll celebrate. They'll think that they have seen NFL history. And in their drunken mind, they'll be glad to be a part of it. I was there the day that the kicker kicked a 75-yard field goal. It was the most amazing thing my drunk ass ever saw, right? So they're convincing guys, full-grown men who've been watching football their whole life, that, yeah, back in the 70s and 80s and 90s and early 2000s, dudes could only kick like a 52, 53-yard field goal, and they could just barely get it in from that distance. But now, dudes are nailing 70-yard field goals. Wow. Wow. And this is the preseason, week 1. How convenient. A little attention for the NFL. So I've been saying for a few years now, there's technology inside the balls. Duh. There's technology in the goalpost. Duh. Yeah, that supposed camera that's there to get the ball going through the uprights. It's not there to videotape the ball for our enjoyment. That's some sort of technology being used. In my opinion, it's some sort of high-tech missile guidance type technology, very sophisticated stuff. And when you are a multi-billion-dollar organization and you are playing pretend football, in this case, for entertainment's sake, you're putting on a scripted game of football, well, then you have every right to put technology in your football to make it go farther when a dude kicks it. So all they had to do was figure out, hey, what can we do to these balls to make them go farther? What sort of technology can we put in the football that will ensure that it goes in the uprights when we want it to? And the opposite of that, we want technology in the ball to ensure that the ball doesn't go in the uprights when we don't want it to go through. And for dramatic effect, we can even have the ball bounce off the uprights. Speaking of the ball bouncing off the uprights, who could forget the amount of doinks that we have seen in the last several seasons? Return of the doink. Here it is. Return of the doink. Come on. For those of you who know what I'm talking about. We had nearly like 40 to 50 doinks last year. I had trouble keeping track of how many doinks there were because there were so many doinks. They stopped showing them all in the highlights. And I don't watch every game, and they don't keep track of that stat. If you go look up how many times there was a doink, it's a very hard stat to keep track of because not only are there field goal attempts, there's extra point attempts.
Jake is absolutely correct on that. I am back. Went to use the restroom, make my getting stuff in easier for later as well, so it won't take as long. Speaking of the whole sporting stuff, we have a team in the Valley, or a fake phony team, I should say, called the Fresno Bulldogs. You probably heard of this college. And you know why I'm pointing this out? You know, why do you think I'm pointing this out? So the Fresno Bulldogs. I'm going to show you a California map. A blank one of all the counties. And then you can tell me what you think of this. Yeah, I want a blank one. I don't want anything on it. That's Fresno County. What does that shape remind everyone of? Fresno County. Right here. Is there an editor I can use so I can circle it too? Although I think you already know. I am going to whoops. Yes, I am, Mike 6. I'm trying to get, okay. Maybe I'll put this, I'll save it, put it in Paint. Then I'll show it that way. That may be better. I think that's going to be a better way to go. Sorry about that. Let's try this one last time. Okay. Window. I want the Paint window. I want Microsoft Paint. There we go. All right. So here we go. I'm going to mark it in blue so that the shape is, I think I should have been more specific. Now I am more specific. What does this remind you of? What shape does that remind you of? So I said the team is the Fresno Bulldogs. And it's not, at least I don't think it's any Masonic. It could be, I don't know. I'm just saying in general, what would you recognize? Mike 6 got it. That is correct, a dog bone. Fresno Bulldogs, and the county shape is the shape of a dog bone. Is that a coincidence, or is there something more to it? Personally, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they did it on purpose. Don't. That's not the whole city, by the way. Fresno, that is just the county, not the whole. That is not all city. There's more than Fresno City in this blue shaded area. As a matter of fact, Shady Davy D. LaFleur was covering per 10 News in Reedley, and Reedley is in this county as well. Kerman is in this county. Sanger, I believe, is here. Clovis, I know, borders Fresno. You got Firebaugh in there. Yeah, that's a good one. I'm from if you want to know, right here is Roseville. That's where I'm from. So I'm from Roseville, right there. And then, of course, I'll put Jake in orange. Jake is here in Sacramento. So the orange is the county Jake lives in, and Sacramento's around here, and then Roseville's around here, and that's where I live. So there's a fun fact with me and Jake. We live very close, so yep. And then here's and Jake and I, this is like our favorite vacation spot. This is the county, but right approximately here, I'll color it in. Actually, I'll do it in color. I'll circle it in gold. I would say approximately, maybe one more up. Approximately that's Santa Cruz City. So that's approximately Santa Cruz City. And that's not an exact representation, but that's about right. Of course, you got your main incorporated cities. There are, of course, Santa Cruz. You got Capitola, which we used to go there once a year to a restaurant named Shadowbrook. That restaurant's amazing, by the way. So you got those two cities, Watsonville and Scotts Valley. But then there's unincorporated cities like Aptos, which I heard good things about. And Jake has said this, and for anyone new, Jake has always said this. I'll mark the bat in red. Don't ever go here to San Francisco. You don't need to go here. But you know how the news wants to say, oh, the entire California coast is bad. It's your Damon Krantz. And maybe south of Marin is not good. I know some parts of Santa Rosa are kind of sketchy as well. You go up here in the Bay Area, you go to Lake, Mendocino, Humboldt, or above the Bay Area. Lake is a Bay Area county. These are North Coast counties. You go up to Humboldt, Mendocino, and Del Norte. Very, very beautiful places. You definitely want to go to those for sure. Those are definitely good places. I will say Eureka and Arcata here in Humboldt, if you're not a fan of So Eureka and Arcata, if you're not a fan of marijuana smell, then those cities are not the places for you. And Humboldt is probably not the county for you. And you would probably want to go up to Del Norte County to not have to deal with that. But other than that, it's a beautiful place. It is a beautiful place. So you got that. Those are nice places. And then, of course, here you got your LA County and the two little islands. I'm going to pull that up again, by the way. I think I am going to pull that up again. I actually shocked my audience last time when I pulled up the island here, this little island here. We do virtual trips, and I think we're going to do one right now. Real quick. We'll do a couple places. People enjoy it because I show them places that no one in the fake media never ever talk about. You know, the little places that they want to say that they want to talk about and never do. Yeah, those places. That's what we do here. We talk about places that no one ever talks about because they're beautiful places that they don't want people to know about. So that's why we cover these stories. So we're going to go to Avalon. Beautiful, beautiful city. This is a gorgeous city, this Avalon city. You're going to think this is amazing. You're going to think this is amazing. This is Avalon. It reminds me of Santa Cruz a little bit. Not going to lie. You got these nice, beautiful hills. If it will let me pull them up. Sometimes we'll go off. Bear with me. I will be right back, and I did come right back. I'm right here. Let's pull up some more pictures of it. Okay, this is on another part, so you can see a lot more of the city. Houses. Oh, I never saw this part. Yeah, there's a building way up there. This really nice looking water fountains here. You got a lot of houses. Kind of has a Santa Cruz vibe. It kind of does. Sorry, yawning for a quick second. Is that a little? Yeah, that's a little mini kids looking beach. And some boats there. Yeah, this looks like a very nice place for sure. And this is in that little LA County island, Avalon, that I was just showing you on the map. Yep. That's that first little island. This is it. Pretty nice looking, is it? Oh, look, you got a little lifeguard hut here. I do like this place. Okay, I got a funny one for you now. And I showed my audience this, and I didn't even realize it. I laughed so hard at this. I'm like, okay, these people are freaking weird. So guess what? We're gonna show that. We are gonna show just so everyone can see how weird this is. Hope, Arkansas. Yeah, it was under Hope, Arkansas. Okay. Okay, let's show everyone the weird picture and the weird ass picture. God. Where's the weird ass picture? It was, here. God, here it is. Okay, everybody. These two women love their political shills and their political Hollywood actors so much. I'm not even joking. Oh my God, this is just ridiculous. I can't even believe that these women. I was showing this a couple months ago, and I was just creeped out by it. And so I'm going to show it again so that, more people can see how weird this looks. If it will let me. That is. Oh boy. Everyone, are you ready to be creeped out, grossed out, whatever you want to call it? Here we go. Here we go, everybody. Here are two women kissing Bill Clinton's picture. Oh my God. This is freaking weird. Two sheeple that love their shill puppets so much that they're going to kiss a picture of it right there. Look at this. Oh my God, these two women are weird. Oh my God, they love their Illuminati so much. Oh God. I thought I would show you that creepy picture real quick. Yeah, that actually did happen. Or who knows, maybe that was set up there. Who knows? Maybe they took that picture, and those two women work for the government too. Who the hell knows? Maybe those two women do work for the government. No way of telling. I just find that picture creepy. I will show you a couple more things about our home state. We got some really, really old looking buildings. Like when I see that, it reminds me of a movie that took place in the 1800s. I'm not saying for sure it was built that long ago. This looks like a really nice looking building, though, I will say. What is it? It's the Ingomar Club. That looks like that was one of the most. This looks like one of the most expensive buildings in California, in my opinion. I could be wrong. Maybe it wasn't. But when I see this and when I see how old-fashioned it looks, who knows? Who knows? You can't really. I will show you my home place now. I want to give everyone to actually see what it's like in my home city. All right, that's Roseville. And yes, in Roseville, they did have a couple of those scripted protests. And it's always the same people. I've realized a couple of those people are the same that are always there. Probably another made-up government plant. So this has been a popular thing during these scripted protests in Roseville. Yeah, it's called Indivisible. That's what they call it. It's more like indivisible for shills. Oh God, who cares about this? I just care about showing the chicken. I just care about showing the Trump chicken. There we go. Yeah, that. Sorry about that. That chicken's always there. That chicken, every time one of those fake phony protests happen, that chicken is always there. That Trump chicken. One time, a couple times actually, I drove right past it. So, yeah, and that sign right there, the Roosevelt, that's our mall. That's our big mall. So, yep. As a matter of fact, if I remember correctly, I made a video of it. You know what? I think I do have a video of it. Let me pull that out of my phone real quick, and then I'll just show everybody exactly. Give me a second. I think I actually have a video of me driving past it. Driving past all this nonsense. You got to give me a minute to find it, though. But yes, I did drive past all this shenanigan, fakeroni, rigoroni stuff. Here it is. Here are the videos. Okay. Do I know where it is located in my phone? Okay, it's located. Okay, I found it. I'm going to put it on my PC real quick, and then I'll show you. We actually drove past all this stuff. Probably a bunch of Hollywood actors pretending to protest. I don't know. It just feels like it's always the same people, and there's very few people that are different, in my opinion. I feel like I could be wrong, and there's not many people either. It's not like it's the whole city. It's like just that entryway through the mall. You'll see it. You'll see it here as soon as I find it. Okay, there's my DCIM camera file. Yep. Yeah, I think I'm going to show this real quickly so everyone can see what it's like to drive past one of these ridiculous. Oh, and they will block the road like every other green light. They'll block the road, so you're forced to look at their signs. So they'll do that too. Oh yeah. So like one green light, they'll let the cars go, and then the next one, next time it turns green, they'll block the road and make everyone look at their signs. They'll all cross the street. So yeah, that's a thing that actually goes on. You'll see it. I'll show a video of it. It's taking a minute though. I think my phone's needing to load everything up. So sorry about that. Sometimes it just takes a minute. Maybe I'll just transfer it over to another folder. Maybe that's what I'll do. You know what? That's what I'm going to do. That way it takes less time for me to have to scroll through everything. Sorry about that, everybody. It's just going to take another minute. Okay. This should let me do it. So, yes, I actually drove by. It's going to still be my DCIM folder, I'm pretty sure. Although now it's in a folder of its own. So, and I labeled it scripted protests. So I'm just going to real quickly do that. Let it load through my computer. I am going to have it on mute. So I'm not going to have the volume on, but because I'm sure my mom does not want to be in this. So I'm going to make sure she's not before I even show it to you guys. Okay. This is not it. Okay. I'm trying to find a good one. Okay, that's just driving through the mall. Okay, that doesn't really do anything. That doesn't accomplish my goals. Showing you this ridiculousness. Do I even have a video of it? Yeah, I do. Here we go. All right, here's a good one. Here's a good one. I'll start it. So driving, out of the mall. So here we are. Yes, this is us driving. I think we were going to Safeway, like I go there all the time. So that's a restaurant right by the mall. And there's your stupid signs. Here's the signs. Yeah, this happened. I don't know. A couple of those ladies look like the Santa Cruz ladies from Jake's. I don't know. It's probably all. Some of these people are probably plants, from the government out here to do this stuff. We drove by that chicken too. Where's the chicken? Oh, there it is. You see it. Yep, here we go. And there's them blocking the green light. There's them blocking the green light. Although they finally did let us go. And there's the chicken. There it is. So you have all these protests. Oh my God. Yep. Oh wow, it's actually a little bigger than I thought. A lot of these people are probably sheeple. Sheeple and shills. That's what these people are. And then you got this craziness. Oh, there's our Nordstrom right there. That's in the mall. I'll rewind it one more time, just in case you didn't get to see it. There's the chicken. Yes, this is us driving, turning, out of the mall. And we get to see this. Yep. So we drove, and that's the sign for the Westfield Galleria right there. Exactly, JP. Exactly. Melt ice now. Oh, there we go. Look, Renee Good. There's a fake incident. Of course, and a Alex Purdy incident. These were all staged events. We all know it. And there's sheeple and shills. There's sheeple that believe it and shills that promote it. Yeah, we drove past this. This is actually what we drove past one day. No joke. That's why I showed this. Like I said, there's our Nordstrom right there. And the Westfield Galleria sign. Look at that. I think there may have been a couple more, so I'm going to finish this. I think there were a couple more people out there. Oh, yeah, there are. Look, there's more. There's actually more. Right when you turn into the mall right there. So here. You know, there's a sign where you turn into the mall. You turn right. And there's more. Yeah, that's not even it. There's more. Oh, God. Yeah, and people waste their time. People waste their time for things that are controlled by the shills of the world. Yep. So that was what I got to drive past. Yep, indeed. Yes, I actually drove past all that. Or my mom drove me past all that. But you know what I mean. I was in a car and I got to see all that. Yep, that happened. Again, no, that doesn't mean everyone in that protest was real. There was definitely probably some government plants in there. I'm almost certain that there was. As a matter of fact, knowing the same couple people are there every single day, probably there are some government plants. But, you know, people fall for this junk on both the left and the right and everything else. All right. I'm going to write it too. All right. I will be right back in roughly 10 minutes. Don't worry, we're not done. I do have to put my stuff in my room. It's not going to take long. I'm going to pull another Jake video up to entertain everybody. I like doing this one because I think this one's pretty funny. Jake does a good job. I want to make sure I'm actually sharing the volume too. Okay, yeah, I am. Good. Okay. Sometimes I have to do this. This will get it to work. Just doing a pi.yt gets it to work. By the way, if my Wi-Fi goes off, we're still not done. I just want to let you know there's a chance it might, but don't worry, it's still not over. All right, while I go say goodnight and bring my stuff in, enjoy Jake.
I'm a Kansas City Chiefs fan watching a Kansas City Chiefs game right now. I'm pretty sure that we're going to win because we always come back and win because we're the Chiefs and we're the best. I'm pretty sure we're going to go undefeated. Nobody's as good as us. What? We're going to freaking lose to Buffalo? Oh, man. I thought we were going to go undefeated. Dang it! We'll still probably win the Super Bowl because we are the best. I'm a Buffalo Bills fan, and I'm really enjoying the fact that we just beat the Chiefs. I hope this is the year that we finally win a Super Bowl. I've always felt like such a loser because we lost 4 Super Bowls in a row. So I hope that this year we finally win a Super Bowl. Some people say that the NFL is scripted? Well, if it is scripted, I hope they script it for my team to finally win a Super Bowl so I don't feel like such a loser. I'm a 49ers fan. Last year, we went to the Super Bowl and we almost won. But this year, we kind of suck. And I can't figure out why. It must be because the refs are cheating. Yeah, it's those freaking refs. I'm a Seahawks fan. I root for Geno Smith, which means we're totally not going to win the Super Bowl. Because our quarterback is Geno Smith. I'm a Rams fan. I hope that Matthew Stafford throws the ball to Puka Nuka. I have Puka Nuka on my fantasy team. And I really want my fantasy team to win this week. And I also want the Rams to win this week. So please, God, let Matthew Stafford throw the ball to Puka Nuka a bunch of times, please. I'm a Patriots fan, and it's obvious there hasn't been much to cheer out since Tom Brady left the team. And I've been telling people for quite a while now that Drake May is not the answer. He is not the second coming of Brady. I'm pretty disappointed. Last year, with Joe Flacco. Why didn't we hang on to Joe Flacco? Why did we let Joe Flacco go to the Colts? Man, if we still had Joe Flacco, we would be a lot better. I hope we're better next year. I'm a Saints fan. Every time I think I hate Derek Carr, he goes and wins a freaking game and looks great. And then it usually causes me to start liking him again. So, I think I like Derek Carr again. Unless he loses, then I don't like him. It's been a while since I could hold my head up high. And it's been a while since we made the playoffs. Okay, Eagles, don't you dare go falling apart like it did last year. You were looking good last year, and then the whole thing went to shit. So you better not do that again this year, okay? I'm Tom Grossi. I'm the NFL Fanboy of the Year. I got to fly out and meet the commissioner of the NFL. Aren't you jealous of me? I love the Packers. I'm watching the Packers right now. I hope the Packers don't lose. If the NFL was scripted, I would script them to win because I'm a Packers fanboy. I hung out with Roger Goodell. We hung out in the hotel room. Afterwards, we had a special party together. Oh, look! My favorite football team win again. I hope we make the playoffs. I'm going to call my boyfriend Brandon right now, and we're going to talk about how our favorite pretend football teams won another pretend game. I'm a Bears fan, and I'm kind of disappointed in Caleb Williams. I was hoping he'd play better than this. If he doesn't get better next year, then we need to find someone else to play quarterback. I am a Lions fanboy, and I've been waiting for this my whole life. We are finally awesome. This is the year. Oh, yeah. I hope we play the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, because we'll beat the Chiefs. This is our year. Oh, yeah. I'm going to walk around with my chest pumped out. Yeah, I deserve it. I'm a Lions fan. I've put up with a lot of shit through my life. My team's finally awesome. I'm going to walk around and rub it in everyone's face. Detroit Lions devastate, baby. Ooh, yeah. It's tough being a hardcore Jaguars fan. I really hope that we don't move the team to London. I just don't know if I can be a fan anymore if they move to London. Then I'll have to call them they instead of we. I really hope we don't move to London and become they, because I'm not going to go watch them if they play in London. But if we remain a fan of us. I'm a Vikings fan. Skol, everyone. Skol. Who knew that all we needed was Sam Darnold? I mean, why did we have freaking name was holding us Skol for you. Skol for me. Skol. And I was really hoping Will, like, it's not gonna work out. Lose every game for the rest of this. That means from now
I'm back. Give me just one more minute.
A losing season? I guess that Jake the A-hole guy was right. This stuff must be scripted. As a Chargers fan, last year I thought that the NFL might be scripted as well. But being that Coach Harbaugh has my team playing so good right now, I changed my mind and I think that the NFL is totally legit. Yeah. Honestly, I'm so glad that we're on a bye week this week because that means I don't have to watch the Giants lose this week. Awesome. Kyler Murphy. Kyler Murphy. I hope my Bucks use this bye week to get their shit together. Otherwise, we ain't even gonna make the playoffs. We had the number one pick basically locked up, and then you guys go on a 2-game winning streak? What are you thinking? God. If my Texans don't beat the sorry-ass Cowgirls tonight, then I must be scripted. The Cowgirls suck this year, and we're starting to fall apart now. And if we lose this game, I might just be done with you for the rest of the season. So you better beat them Cowgirls tonight, or else. I'm a Cowboys fan. I hope we don't lose too bad to the Texans tonight.
Alrighty, I'm back. And then we're going to continue on with the night. So just give me one more minute. Where's my light too? I want this on. There we go. I'm back. I am officially back now. All right. Sorry for the intermission. But that's what this was. It was an intermission. Reorganize. All right. No. All right. Oh. I almost. That would not have been. No, that would not have been good. Almost tripped on my own shoes. Oh, God. There we go. I am now in my own bed, ready to finish off what we were doing here. I'm hoping everyone's having a good night. Alrighty. So with that being said, the next thing we're going to do is, okay, more impressions. Alrighty.
Archie. Archie, that was awful of you to give my half the house away for your boy. You have a lot of nerve.
Edith. Don't complain, Edith. Edith. Look at everything around us. You have to vote Republican or else you're a left-wing liberal wacko. I don't even know anymore, Edith. I did Edith and Archie. You're not a fan of Edith? Yeah, I did. I want to apologize, Mike. Yeah, that was a little longer than I expected. So I don't blame you for that. Saying let's go. Yes, I definitely needed to do the let's go. So I'm glad you're keeping me on track. Oh, and this is one Jake hasn't done. I know someone keeps asking him, so you know what? Let's look this guy up, and then I'll do an impression of him. Hopefully Jake will do one next week, too. But I am going to do a Borat.
Should I pay
Hey, Mike 6, is this Borat? Is this the Borat that everyone keeps asking for? I want to make sure I'm doing the right thing and not something completely different. Okay, I think he's saying this is correct.
interest in people's around the table sides?
Yes. And if it is a big table, a very long table, you might want to restrict your conversation
Yes.
to people right in your vicinity.
Very nice.
So you are not yelling.
What do you do?
I'm the pastor of a church.
Yes. What do you do?
I have spent years in construction. I'm recently retired.
You are retired?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. To people right in your vicinity.
Very nice.
So
So
you're
it's very nice that you're in my vicinity. So you're retired?
big table, a very long table. You might want to restrict your conversation.
And people's around the tables.
So should I pay interest in people's around the table sides? And you're retired? Because I don't speak great English, so this is how I'm going to say it, whether you like it or not. Because this is my accent, and this is how I speak. I have never seen the movie in my life, and that's why I had to pull a clip so I could do the impression of a Polat. So I should pay interest in people's around the table sides, especially if it is a big table, a very long table. The people right in my vicinity. All right, there's Borat for you. There is Borat for you. I gotta practice that one. That's my first time ever doing it. Hey, Mike, I'm glad you Okay, so he's very relevant. How so? I do want to hear from you, Mike. How is he relevant today? I've not seen the movie, although it looks like he likes the impression, so that's good. Oh, no. Now I get it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about now. Yes, and Jake did a Dorothy impression as well. Yes, he did. And I got the curse of QNP for tomorrow because I am QNP. I'm going to put the curse on the bowling tomorrow because my name's QNP and I date Fred Zoid. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show Jake's impression of QNP because he did an impression tonight as well. Oh, and another thing, JP, another thing that you missed, you'll have to go back and watch. So first of all, Jim Carrey's been replaced. And no, it is not that, who's that makeup guy? Now I'm trying to find his ridiculous name. It wasn't that either, though. Not a chance.
Placement is nothing new on this channel.
And you'll have to hear the Jake's whole thing, but basically, oh god, and there's that Penguin Zero, of course. Of course, they have to show Penguin Zero. And this is an AI. This is all AI. Nothing real about the mask at all. That's all AI.
And teeth, signaling to his 1.4
Likely AI.
image or impersonating celebs in public. Then Alexis Stone,
Alexis Stone. Alexis Stone didn't do the Jim Carrey character either. So this Alexis Stone guy did not do the hyper realistic mask. That's fake news too. So he has been replaced, Jim Carrey, but it's not this guy. He didn't do it. You'll have to hear Jake for the full breakdown. Exactly. But Jim Carrey was definitely replaced. I know he liked my Cuthy impression. Yeah, well, that's right, because you didn't get underneath the bed, read the Bible, and drink my Bible vape juice with the promo code below, like I told him to. But at any rate, I digress. I'm out. So, JP, this is Jake doing the impression because Shady Davy sent a super chat asking for it. Oh, then I got to go on at the very end, too.
With gay sex and flat, so I'd be.
And he did his land on the moon, too, tonight.
I'm on Will and
I'm back. Sorry about that. Let's pull up. Here we go. Sorry about that, Mike. My Wi-Fi took a little crash real quick. Don't worry, I am back. That will happen every now and then.
Q and V and Jaren hate watching.
A piece of shit. I am busy. Fantasizing about having gay sex with Flatsoid.
And it's so true. There's no doubt in my mind.
It's because I am obsessed with gay sex and Flatsoid, piece of shit.
Hey guys, Jaren here. So I got a real job because all the flat earthers ditched me and nobody wants to watch me anymore. That's because I tell the truth. I'm a real truther, you guys. I'm Jaren. I'm the only real truther. I went to Antarctica and sucked Will Duffy off and saw the sun for 24 hours. So guys, if you think think the Earth is flat, you are retarded. I'm not a flat earther anymore. I'm Jaren. And I don't believe in the moon landing being fake anymore. I believe the moon landing was real, you guys, because I'm the only real truther. I'm Jaren.
Yeah, piece of shit. And I agree with Jaren that the Earth is a globe now. And I also agree with Jaren that the moon landing was a real, piece of shit.
I do have to ask Jake about that. And I forgot to ask Jake about that. If that actually did happen, if QNFE, I'm gonna have to ask Jake about that. That's gonna be. I would love to hear his answer on that. I don't know if it was just for the comedy purposes, or I'll have to ask him.
There you go. QNFE and Jaren sitting in a tree. FUCKING. QNFE and Jaren sitting in a tree. FUCKING. First comes love.
And then this is when I came on. Talked about the, potential Tallarico looking like RFK Sr., the hairstyles. I'm thinking this guy may be president in 2028. They're making him like he's the non-woke Democrat. They've got something going on for him. They do. I don't know what, but this Tallarico character, he's going to be going places. I think they can really get the sheeple with this guy. I can't see Mike in the chat. Oh no. Okay. Thanks for letting me know. I'm gonna make sure then I'll do that then. Yes, he was. It was good. Here, I'll put it on screen so that you can see JP. Don't worry, I got you. I didn't either until I looked him up, and I'm like, this guy looked.
Go ahead and sing your song real quick, and then we'll wrap it up here because I got to take my dog out for a walk and eat some food. So,
Okay.
Go ahead and sing what you want to sing, and we'll wrap up the stream.
Okay. All righty.
QNFE and Fatsoid sitting in a tree. KISSING. QNFE and Fatsoid sitting in a tree. KISSING.
Oh no, it didn't.
One day he was turned to bus, stabbed us in the back instantly. He made a ton of videos of that door like a gay lover he is. Yeah, he even made a video called Life with Fatso. It's disturbing, and the worst part is flat. Don't get less than 500 views per day.
Unfortunately, I think what happened was my StreamYard lagged. I think I lagged, and that's why it doesn't sound right. Oh man.
QNFE and Fatso sitting in a tree. KISSING. QNFE and Fatso sitting in a tree.
It sounded great on Jake, and I know that for a fact.
KISSING.
That was incredible. Everybody give it up for Holden singing his song about QNFE and Fatsoid. All right.
All right. I knew I forgot something. Let me grab. I forgot my phone. That would not have been good. If I got that. Real quick, Mike, what is a fake Charlie Kirk? I mean, I know the character is fake, but were you referring to something else? I would love to know what you mean by that. Because are you talking about the character itself or another person? I would love to hear your answer on that one. All right. Yeah, I just wanted to know what Mike meant by. I didn't know if he was talking about the character itself or someone that looks like whatever. So that was just, yeah, okay. Yes, he is. He is. Yeah, I mean, the whole Kirk character. But we knew that. Jake, hey Jake.
Yes.
So we got to end the show on a good note. Unfortunately, it didn't go. It lagged on my end, and I'm going to blame it on my end. It's not Jake's end. We know Jake does not have the StreamYard problems. We know I do. So that inconsistency is definitely my fault. No question about it. None at all. It is definitely my fault for sure. He does not have these problems. I do. But yeah, but for everyone who doesn't know about Jake, he's awesome. Go check him out. And these two definitely work together. So that definitely does happen. Uh-oh. No, I do not want members only. I think that's what I was going to hit on too. No, we do not want a members only. Yeah, it was. And I got it. But hopefully he does a members only thing soon. Yes. Jake does a really good job. I do have to ask Jake about the whole uh-oh. All right. Let's see. Sorry about that. I'm going to ask Jake about the I'm curious. I mean, if Q and Fee really did switch back, that would be a story that I don't know about. So maybe Jake knows something that we don't. But yeah, just to show that Jake was not wrong on that other thing. This is just ridiculous. And I'm going to show it just real briefly. I'm not going to actually show the videos. Flatzoid, flatzoid, flatzoid. Look at what you got after that. Of course, making fun of Jake. Of course, he had to do that, which was horrible. Flatzoid, 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 flatzoid. Okay, a little break from it. He did fight the fat ass Craig there, McNeil. Oh God, look, Flatzoid. Oh, there's plenty of it. Flatzoid. Yeah, C Reality Podcast is Flatzoid. Flatzoid. Flatzoid scale. Flatzoid. Flatzoid, Flatzoid, Flatzoid. Look at how many, he makes so many of these. He is obsessed with this guy. Okay. That's Ronnie Jason. At least that's something different. Oh God, there he is again. Flatzoid. It is an obsession. It really is. There you go. Flatzoid. Who doesn't get any views at all? And for those of you who are new, this is no joke. He actually made a video called Live Puke with Flatzoid. That is actually a title of one of his videos. So, yeah. Yep, he really did make a video called Live Puke with Flatzoid. That is an actual video title of his. I mean, this guy's freaking weird. Oh my God, it's so bad. It's just bad. I do want to see if there's any evidence of Q if he actually. Let's see if he actually really did switch back to the globe. I'll pull it up if he did. I absolutely will pull it up if he did. Where's his sock account too? I want to pull his stupid sock account. All right. We know he's horrible. Q and Fee. We know Q and Fee and Flatzoid. Oh my God, it's so bad. Oh yeah, that's true. That's his other account, right? Freedom Mind. Let's go see if it's on his Freedom Mind account. It's not here either. No, I'm just trying to see if there is anything. No, I'm not going to just pull it up. No, I'm not just going to pull it up. I thought maybe there was where Q and Fee flipped back, but there isn't. I mean, there could be. Maybe Jake knows something that we don't. So, but I just wanted to look on my end before I put it on. Doesn't look like there's anything here. But again, Jake may know something that we don't. So, okay, I'll put my screen back on. I am going to ask him real quick, actually. I think I am going to ask him on right here. I would like to know the answer to that, actually. That's an interesting one. Curious to know the answer to that one. All righty. So I'm going to do a couple of impressions now. I'm going to do a couple of impressions again. Wow, I'm Squidward. I'm going to go up and play my clarinet. SpongeBob. SpongeBob, get out of my bed. Don't make me have to get up. SpongeBob. Okay, that was my Squidward impression. I'm Eugene Krabs, home of the Krabby Patty. And you must be SpongeBob. And I like money. Me money. It's me money. And of course, I can't be too loud because everyone else here is in bed. So I probably could do better than that. But I got to keep my volume at a certain level. Let's see. We got yeah, okay, I got another funny impression, but that one's too loud. Should have done that one earlier. I do a sport guy fanboy. And it's a pretty funny one, but that's too loud. So we will have to do that tomorrow or the next night. I will do it though. So if you want to know when I'm going to go back on, if you have not subscribed, please do that. Please subscribe so that you can hear me do impressions again next time I'm on. I probably won't be on tomorrow, maybe Friday. So, Mike, if there's an impression that I didn't get to do, subscribe, and maybe I'll be on Friday again. That way you can get notified and notifications to all. Because I know if you do it any other way, you won't get it. But my plan is to, as of now, to be on Friday. Tomorrow's the Shady Davies bowling, so I'm going to be busy doing that, watching that, or even announcing it, depending on what's going on. And then I'll probably talk to him. Maybe I'll talk to Jonna afterwards. Do what, Mike? What do you want me to do, Mike? No. I can't go outside. The alarm's already on for the night. No, it's not like I live in my own house. I live in my parents' house, so don't worry though. Maybe I'll be back Friday and I'll do it then. As a matter of fact, there is a chance I'll be on Friday. We'll see. I don't know what my plan is, but thanks for understanding, Mike. I may be back Friday. I don't know yet. Like I said, subscribe, set your notifications to all. That way you'll know when I'm back on. I definitely won't be on tomorrow. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to be on tomorrow at all. Maybe Friday, depending on what's going on. There's a chance Friday. If not Friday, probably either Saturday or Sunday, one of the two. And if not that, Monday for sure. If I'm not on before Monday, I'll be on Monday. It would be earlier, though. It would be around the time that Jake's usually on, since he doesn't usually do Mondays, so. No, but the problem is with that, if I go out, I would have to turn off the alarm, and then it'll wake them up because they'll get a text saying that it's off. And then I'll get in trouble. So, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to. Not tonight. Don't worry, though. Don't worry, Mike. I will. I'll do it. It's going to happen. Oh, sorry about that, Mike. Don't worry. Next time I definitely will do it for sure. All right. So it will happen. It definitely will happen. It's not going to happen tonight. Oh, all right. So the next thing, what do I want to talk about next? I guess what's next is oh, maybe that's what I'll do next. Okay. Let's see here. We know that's not the same person. I want everyone to see if they agree with me on this. In my opinion, the guy on the right, first of all, not only is he not the same person, but the guy on the right, he looks like he belongs in a mental home. I'm not joking. He looks like a crazy mental man, the guy on the right. I mean, I don't know. He looks like someone that just came out of the nut house. Maybe I'm wrong, but looks weird to me. Definitely looks weird to me. So, Mike, here's what I'll do, Mike. No guarantees, but I will do my best to come on Friday. That way you can hear that impression that I unfortunately can't do tonight. So my plan is to be on Friday. Or tomorrow at this point. Alrighty. So does everyone agree, or do you think different? I think the guy on the right looks like he belongs in a mental home. Like he just came out of the nut house or something. Let's do a snuggle. And all right. I'll do a couple stories here. We'll see how I do in making them up. Kind of bedtime story like things. Still a little silly, but we'll see how my bedtime story creativity works, and you'll let me know. And don't worry, don't be shy to say if it's bad that it sucks. Yeah, I'll try Friday. I will try Friday, buddy. I know. Sometimes things don't work out, but Friday is my plan. And by the way, for everybody, if my bedtime stories stink, don't be afraid to say so. Because I'm just literally going to make it out of thin air right now. Once upon a time, there lived a dude named Q&Fee. He was obsessed with Flatzoid. One day, they took a trip down to Cancun. and then went out to dinner. At a fancy restaurant. Of course, this fancy restaurant in Cancun does not allow homosexuals to dine at the restaurant. So initially they were invited because they thought these two were friends. But once they saw the reaction in the way they were talking and the licking of the lips of Flatzoid, the restaurant decided to kick them out. And then Kyun-Fee said the following: "How dare you not respect me? Now I'm going to call you a homosexual. Hey. And so then they left the restaurant, didn't pay for anything that they got previously. And of course, this made the restaurant extra angry, and the owner extra angry. So he called law enforcement on Kyun-Fee. Here's the part that gets interesting. So they call law enforcement on this dude, on Kyun-Fee and Flatzoid. But of course, when the officers try to arrest them, they fail because of Kyun-Fee and Flatzoid's curse of Kyun-Fee. That completely put the curse on the police cars, so that they couldn't go after those two. And then Kyun-Fee and Flatzoid made out and kissed under a tree and lived homosexually happy ever after. The end. Yeah, that's a story. I'm hoping that's a good one, but like I said, if it... Oh, sorry, my mic. If it stinks, don't be shy to tell me that it stinks. It's one thing you don't have to worry about with me. As if you're just being an ass. But I know if you think it stinks, then you're not being an ass because, well, I'm not so sure about these stories myself, to be honest. I'm not even sure if I'm a fan of my own stories. The bedtime stories, at least. Alrighty. So, once upon a time. Oh God, here we go. Yeah, I think we're gonna this story. There lived a dude. Yeah, we'll do that. You know what? I'm going to poke fun at that John idiot. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think we're going to poke fun at John from National Sports Entertainment. I think I'll poke fun at that idiot moron. Once upon a time, there lived John, and he talks so much about gambling gods. So, of course, that's the guy that wants to blame Jake for copying him, making the gambling gods punish Jake there for him, which we know is just the dumbest thing ever. And even if they did exist, they hate John, but they don't exist. So that's just flat out dumb. So one day, John invoked the gambling gods, the fake ones, so much that God actually came down. And punished John. And so this is what happened. First of all, God came down and told John that you better stop believing these gambling gods or else you will be severely punished. Of course, because it was just so bad. And John told God there is such thing as gambling gods and that he's not a real god. God got so angry at John, so beyond extra angry. Sorry about that. I mean, I'm so beyond extra angry that John actually got severely punished by God, including having to sacrifice his own life on the cross against his will. But of course, unlike Jesus, John did not necessarily go to heaven. But made him into a tiny little bug that everyone could step and squish on instead. And that made God's day because now he knows that John can never talk about gambling gods again. The end for that story. And again, I'm just randomly making these stories up from the fly without even thinking about it at all. So again, you got that. All right, what's the next one? All right. I'll do a story about an NFL fanboy. Why not? Once upon a time, there lived an NFL fanboy. When his team lost the Super Bowl, well, in reality, because they were scripted to lose, but he, of course, thinks the refs did stuff. The fanboy throws the TV out of the house. It falls down on the floor, breaks. What the hell was that? I don't even know what the hell that was. That was a weird sound. Oh, okay, JP liked it. But with the fanboy story, he started to throw the TV all over the place. Then he got so mad that he started beating the TV up with a baseball bat as if he's going to strike a home run. I'm not sure if you're hearing it. No, I'm not hearing this stuff. I thought I was. I don't know what the hell I'm thinking right now. Sorry about that. But throwing baseball, like a baseball bat, like he's about to hit a home run or some goofy thing like that. And of course, the TV explodes and starts causing a fire. And of course, like an idiot, the fanboy is so angry about his team losing that he steals his neighbor's shirt. And of course, the neighbor's shirt is from the team that won the Super Bowl and burns that on fire. Of course, the other fanboy gets really pissed off, calls the police. And then there's a big fight. Now, of course, instead of, people behaving and, the police arresting the guy who stole, the police decided to mandate a WWE match against him, against the neighbor. And it would go on TV. Because then the neighbor also tried to burn the other guy's thing on fire. Other guy's shirt. And then there's a boxing match between the two. The WWE the wrestling match. Sorry, not boxing, wrestling. And of course, then they get 2 pieces of paper in front of them, which they were forced to sign against their will before even reading it. And it was their non-disclosure agreements. So as fake as it was and as phony as it was, they weren't allowed to say anything. And then when they were like, what the hell is this? That's when violence or threats started to come on them. And then that was the end of that story. Let's see what JP has to say. Yeah, I decided to make a tournament about that. Why not? Oh, you know what? I'm going to make a story up about some old TV shows. Why not? I think that'll be a good one. Once upon a time, Archie opened his bar up. Excuse me. So Archie opens bar up. And then, of course, the breaking news comes in the major breaking news comes in. That Obama wins the election. And of course, like I said, all your elections are like WWE matches. They're all fake. And no one cares about the results here because we all know it's fake. But Obama wins. Archie ended up having the worst temper tantrum that he ever had. And it was so bad that Archie decided to start hurting people because of it. Of course, his partner tried to stop him. Well, Archie didn't care at that point. And Archie decided to go on a big temper tantrum. About how he's going to definitely lose everything because of Obama winning. Even though we know, well, that's well past our time. Sure. And Archie, then of course, the meathead comes, and then they start getting in a big fight. All right. Yeah, that's right. Oh. And then the next story. Another thing. Once upon a time. So we just did an Archie story. Wait. We haven't done a story about that. Ooh, JP just gave me a great idea. Excuse me. I'll put all these. Ooh. Once upon a time, George Jefferson and Archie worked together as partners. And of course, that did not go so well. And they made an agreement with President Trump that they would help in keeping Trumptricity alive. So it started out fine. But then as they were running out, Archie and George were complaining all the time. I'm not, yeah. And then the Trumptricity because of their arguing. Completely and utterly went out. Everyone lost power. Every single person lost power. And then they got into a big fight. And they all lived angrily ever after. The end. All right. I'm back. Exactly, JP. Exactly. I'm going to use the restroom real quick. I will be right back. And then I'll ask for if anyone has any more requests for the night. I'll be right back. Okay. That fills that up. I'll be right back. Okay. I'm back. Does anyone have anything they want in terms of requests? I am going to be ending this thing soon, so that's also why I'm asking. No. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Oh. While I wait for the requests, I guess I can tell one more. Ooh. I was going to do one more story. Thank you, JP. Maybe I'll do that story. This is more of a goofy story. Not really. This one's not really. It's about Jim Carrey, since tonight was about him. Once upon a time, Jim Carrey was a silly, entertaining character. And as much as he was part of the Illuminati, I mean, and the whole club and the whole shill, I do have to admit, he did have a couple good movies, and I'm not really even a movie person. And this actually is a fact about my feelings. I did like a couple of his movies a lot. But going back to the story, he would be the Grinch that stole Christmas, doing all these other goofy, silly movies, until one day, because he did so many movies, that he permanently had his voice changed and stuck with the character's voice and changed his whole face entirely. It made his face shift into a shape-shifting archon and a bloody moldy roller. He was never going to be the same again. And then one day, he got so upset about his face change that he went nuts and started running around and screaming. To the point where it even scared most people, especially young children. Jim Carrey will always be a shill, and now we know replaced. The there we go. I'm back. Yes, I don't know what's happened to him. Once upon a time. What is going to be my next story, actually? Honestly, I don't even know. Well, let's see this one. Once upon a time. I'll do a SpongeBob story. I love SpongeBob. I love that show a lot. That's like one of the only new things I actually like that they still make. So once upon a time, you got SpongeBob. He worked at the Krusty Krab that day. As usual. He loved it as usual as well. Squidward was so miserable that day that he finally lost it with SpongeBob. And finally, because he lost it with SpongeBob, of course, we're talking about Squidward. He decided it was time to run away from the Krusty Krab. Now, of course, because of stupidity from the Krusty Krab. I meant from Bikini Bottom. Squidward running away from the Krusty Krab costed Mr. Krabs over $1,000. even though Squidward is the one, obviously, who volunteered to run away. You get for that story, the end. Yeah, that could have been a better one. That one was not great at all. And I could have added a lot more to it. Does anyone have any more requests? Does anyone have any more requests? All right. I'm probably going to get off soon. So that's why I'm wanting to give people a chance if they want something. And if I can do it, I would do it. So. All right. Any more requests for it's too late for me to play video games. I was going to maybe do that too. That'll be a Friday thing. Too late in the night for that. All right. Let's see. Yeah. All right. All right. Let's see. Oh. I don't know enough about that character to make a story up about that. But I know some people think he's, popular and all that. I don't know enough about him. I don't really watch WWE though a lot. I'm not into all the goofy wrestling. All right. Anything else? Oh. Yep. I agree. JP. I didn't know if you had anything else, so I wanted to, but yeah, I really need to get to bed. So I do agree with that. You have a good night. Everyone have a good night. And I'll try to be on Friday. But if not, I will be on by Monday. So everyone have a good night.